So to be clear, you are committing that within 5 years there will be clean water for all First Nations?
All those 93 communities, yes.
On nous dit depuis toujours que l'eau est sacrée, qu'elle prend soin de nous unit, nous guérit. Mais l'eau potable n'est pas à la portée de tous. Et on peut nous en priver, nous la voler. On le sait trop bien. Depuis notre dernière visite à Grassy Narrows il y a 6 ans, on tente de guérir le mal causé par l'eau toxique. L'usine de traitement est enfin réparée, après des années vécues sans eau potable. Toutefois, le mercure s'est installé à Grassy Narrows. Il vit dans le corps de ceux et celles qu'il a empoisonnés, de génération en génération, des grands-parents aux petits-enfants. Et ça fait plus de 50 ans que ça dure. Le mercure est invisible à l'œil, mais le vide laissé par ses victimes nous rappelle son existence. Steve et Simon Fobister sont partis beaucoup trop tôt. Ces 2 anciens chefs de Grassy Narrows ont consacré leur vie à demander justice pour leur communauté. Et la lutte se poursuit.
There's 2 issues to do with water in Grassy Narrows. One is mercury poisoning, which is 10 tons of mercury that we got that was dumped by Dryden Mill. And then you get poison through the fish that way. And then the other side is the water emergency. That's a fixable solution through the water tower, filtration system, and water intake.
My grandfather was Steve Fobister Sr. He was a chief/grand chief of GD3 area. He had so much knowledge and everything. Like he knew well about the land, and he had so much information, about what was right and wrong in the land, And he explained in high detail of, what was wrong with the water and why it was poisoned, and, he really spoke up for everyone.
The water treatment plant has been upgraded recently, and I don't know how effective it will be, but to me it's still a bandage.
The last 20 years we've had so many boil water advisories and all that, and I think people have learned to not trust the tap water.
I'll use my grandson as an example. Like, he's 5 years old right now. His whole life, that's where our water comes from, is the big blue jugs, right? So one day we went to stay in Kenora, and we were in a hotel room. I grabbed water from the tap, and he kind of freaked out. He was like, no, don't drink that water. He's like, it's dirty. In 2002, when we put up the blockade, it was all a part of just having enough of everything.
And the blockade's still up. It's 2002. It's been going on for 20 years, and we're going to keep it going. And it is right now the longest running blockade in Canadian history.
Where we had the blockade, there's a Sundance ground there now. Little by little, there is healing happening. Our way of life, it gave us a purpose, and that was robbed from us, and then now we're fighting to get that back, and to give at least, the younger ones a chance to feel that, to to be okay, I guess.
It's a big fight we're in right now, like to survive as Anishinaabe people.
If there's no water, we would die of thirst. But we want to live.
The list of advisories that most Canadians have seen are long-term drinking water advisories that are over 1 year in length. It really is the tip of the iceberg. Many nations who face long-term advisories on their individual systems that are never reported in the news and never make, public knowledge. No one really knows about what's happening.
Many people have been living under boil water advisories for such a long time that we understand the frustration. And sometimes the hopelessness that many people feel is like, well, I've been struggling with this for so long, and you guys can, you can have your conversations at those other tables, but what does that mean to me? So trying to change the narrative, even within our own communities, to say that not only do we hear the concerns and the frustrations, but here are some actual tangible solutions on the ground that we're starting to address.
I think it's important to educate everybody, inspire them, and also show them like we can gain access to clean drinking water.
So when it comes to First Nations, again, for me personally as a leader in my community, I'm not asking for sympathy, I'm not asking for pity, I'm not asking for special treatment, simply would like respect and equality. We are all treaty people.
L'accès à l'eau potable est inégal, en plus d'être menacé par les grands pollueurs. Pourtant, l'eau potable est un droit fondamental.
Water is life-giving.
Water is our responsibility.
Water is medicine.
Water is healing, powerful, and alive. Never stop speaking up for the water. Never, never stop.
Dans notre pays, trop de gens n'ont toujours pas d'eau potable. Nous avons atteint notre point d'ébullition.
Kisa